everybody, it's Trent. So today I'm here to talk to you about Plaarg and Nassari, my mono red deck. For 3 and 2 red, it's a very complex card. It seems complex, it's really simple, I'll explain it. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. An opponent chooses a non-land card exiled this way. You may cast up to 2 spells from among the other cards exiled this way without paying their mana costs. So, to explain this, start of your turn, everybody exiles cards from the top of their library. Then you pick an opponent. That opponent picks a card you can't cast. You get to pick from the remaining 3 in your commander pod which one you get to cast. You can cast up to 2 of them without paying mana costs. So we're just going to use a few of the key cards here for an example. Let's say random encounter, a triple triad, and a lava leaper. And you exile a guild feud. So out of the 4 cards that got exiled, you get to pick 1. Or they get to pick 1. So let's say they really don't want everyone to have access to double basic mana, so they take out Lava Leaper. You get to cast Triple Triad, Guild Feud, or Random Encounter in any combination for free. And you do that every upkeep that Plaarg and Nassari is out. That's before your draw step. Now, things like Fade Firepower won't work like that because you'll cast it for 0, and that means it has 0 mana value or 0 mana cost. It means it does nothing, it just sits out on the field. That's the problem with X spells for free. You have to cast them at 0, you don't get to choose. So, this deck is very much about how much chaos can you cause on them and how much fun you can have for yourself. This is a rated chaos deck because Plaarg is a master strategist and Nassari is the Dean of Expression. Dean of Chaos, Dean of Expression. Should be fun. So, we'll go through them. Fade Firepower, which is X and 3 red. For a flash, this enchantment enters with X fire counters on it. If the source you control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus the amount that you put into it. So let's say you get a Jessica's Will and a Mana Geyser for fun. There's a lot of mana to then hold on to in that before you move out your main phase. You want to keep that mana so you can do stuff with it. Random encounter is shuffle your library, then mill 4 cards. For each creature card milled this way, put a creature card milled this way onto the battlefield that gains haste and beginning of your next step. Return those creatures to their owner's hands. So not great, but the fact is if you get a really powerful creature, you have some fun. And then the triple triad, 3 and 2 red, or 3 and 3 red. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player exiles the top card of that library until your end of turn. You may play those cards as you own exiled this way. Pretty much you get to play the cards that are exiled under Triple Triad. I put Sozing's Common in here. Each creature you control gains fire bending 5 until end of turn. More mana. Because you're going to be casting some heavy spells. Like Warp World. 5 and 3 red. For each player shuffles all permanents he or she owns into their libraries. It reveals that many cards from the top of their library. Each player puts all artifacts, creatures, and lands cards revealed this way into play. Then puts all enchantments cards revealed this way into play. Then puts all cards revealed this way that weren't into play into the bottom of his or her library into any order. Chaos Warp on steroids. Clive and Freaks in here with his Freeze Domination. And He's a self-wheel for you. And then he becomes Efreet Warden of the Inferno, which fights up to two other turns. And then for 2 and 3, add 4 red mana. If Efreet has 3 or more lore counters on, exile it, and then return it to the battlefield under your control. So pretty much, it's a continuous 4 mana possible for two turns. Another Found Chaos spell, Browbeat. For 2 and a red, any player you may have Browbeat deal 5 damage to him or her. If no one does, target player draws 3 cards. I don't want to draw 3 cards. Who wants to take 5 damage to? Don't do that. Pretty much you're saying, stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Another fun one is Guild Feud. At the beginning of your upkeep, target opponent reveals the top 3 cards from his or her library. May put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield. Then puts the rest into his or her graveyard. You do the same with the top 3 cards of your library. If 2 creatures are put onto the battlefield this way, those creatures fight. Put them up, dukes. And Lava Leaper because you need mana. And that's really what Plaarg and Nassari is. How much chaos can you cause in one turn that ruins everyone else's plans? We're playing steel cards. We're playing big monster cards that are just scary in red. Inferno Titan, Primordial Titan, or Molten Primordial. All the fun ones. But that's Plaarg and Nassari. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video.